Google or Facebook? Which one is better? So, is one better than the other? Looking at the platforms holistically and for all businesses, there isn't one that's better than the other. Facebook ads and Google ads both have their roles to play in client attraction processes, and they have varying roles to play depending on the type of business you have and the kind of journey that your customers go on. Comparing Facebook ads and Google ads, it's not like comparing apples and oranges. It's like comparing apples and cheese. Actually, that's a really good analogy because apple and cheese have different roles to play in meals and serving food. You can have apples and cheese together as a snack or on a charcuterie board. But you could also look at apples and cheese separately for different sorts of dishes. You can have apples in pies. You can have cheese on top of a pizza. But you don't have apples on top of a pizza. I haven't tried apples on pizza though, so I'm not really sure I'm the most qualified person to comment on that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Whether or not you should pick one over the other kind of depends on what sort of business you have. Mainly when it comes to Google ads, what I find good practice to be, and where I see it fitting the most, is for stuff everyone needs. Services and goods that are very common and every sort of individual or business might need will do well with Google ads. And it's especially good when your customers know exactly what they want. So for example, Google ads are very useful if you're, say, running an accounting firm and you'd like to get a new lot of office chairs. Like, Google ads is great because all you really want to know is that the style of office chair that you want is available, and you can afford it and it can be sent to you. There's not much of a pathway that you have to go on to making a choice about, buying the office chairs. Whereas if your business is something like coaching or offering courses, there often is more of a pathway that someone might go on. It's signing up to a course or a program of some kind involves more thought, and it involves more of someone's time, and often in some cases more of someone's money. So on that instance, it can make sense to sort of make contact with someone in little bits over time through something like Facebook marketing. Now, Facebook and Meta ads also do get used for commodity type things. It's often quite important for, say, fashion brands who want to help themselves stand out from others in a particular way. So if you've got a specific niche, say sustainable fashion, and you want to advertise yourself for jumpers, on Google you'll be competing with Big W, Kmart, Target, Temu, Amazon, where jumpers are just jumpers. But if you're got ethical, fair trade jumpers, it's a little bit harder to stand out on Google search results for that kind of thing. The time that Google might work best for you is if somebody already knows the exact name of the product that they want, or the exact name of the brand that they're looking for. So coming back to courses, if your name is Emily Gray and you offer a 3-day feng shui course, then somebody who's looking for feng shui course on Google might not be the person who is specifically wanting to buy Emily Gray's feng shui course. If they're typing just feng shui course into Google, they're probably just exploring their options. So if you run a Google ad for that, that might not be the ad that gets you the sale. Theoretically, if you were to run an ad on Emily Gray's feng shui course, that could get you a sale, but in that sort of field of work and that industry, your aim should be to be in the organic search results for your name and for what you offer specifically. So I suppose you may be wondering which one is right for your specific business. And so I hope what I've just explained here can help you out. To reiterate what I said, Google Ads is better for those not so niche specific things, just general things that everybody needs. A plumber that's close by, a dentist that is in your area. You might not need to compare too many different dentists and follow their reels on Instagram to get a feel for the right one. It may just be a matter of finding one that's close to you via Google and looking at their reviews. But certainly something where more thought goes into working with you or signing up to your course, or if you've got something very particular that sort of requires more connection with your audience, then it may make more sense to use Facebook ads. Now, I'm sure also you're wondering about which one is more cost effective. That also really depends on your business model, how much revenue you're making now, what your revenue goals are or your lead generation goals, and what you're prepared to invest to achieve those goals. And I don't think it's right for me to tell you what your goals should be. Your goals are your goals. Your targets are your targets. Your money is your money. And when you're approaching the idea of investing in ads, you should come at it with a budget that you're comfortable with investing. And ideally, you want your ads to make you more money than what you put into it. And this is not something that I can say Facebook ads works for everyone or Google ads works for everyone. You really need to bear in mind the journey that your customer needs to go on, whether it's a short one or a long one. Easy and straightforward. You're the only physiotherapist in town. You don't really need to run ads for that, but it probably does make sense for you to have an organic presence on Google. But if you're offering something like a money mindset course, that is not really something that someone decides on a whim. I would be considering different options in terms of what makes sense for me when it comes to money and budgeting and things like that. And as your ads manager, again, I can't tell you how much you should spend on what. That's something for you to discover. When it comes to something like learning a new skill, if you want to learn how to say do a massage in a particular way, that is also something that you sort of, you need to take a little bit longer to make a decision on that, because if the course that you're doing spans multiple hours or even multiple days, then not only do you need to ensure that the person who you're giving your money to is someone that's going to teach you the things you want to know, but is this also somebody that you want to spend time with over an extended amount of time? That's why using, say, something like Google as your one and only strategy may not be good. So typically, if someone's looking for something on Google, they know they're either researching, in which case they're not ready to buy, or if they type in a specific product name or a specific brand name, that may be an indicator that they're ready to buy exactly that thing. If somebody's looking on Google for such and such near me, they want to know that that thing's available in the area, but again, they might not be, depending on what sort of business you are, they may not be ready to actually take the leap and make a purchase with you. And if it's the case where somebody needs to consider different options and get questions answered before they take the leap and sign up to something that's going to be a bigger investment of their time and money, or if they want to consider different options that may be closer to their own personal values, then social media ads is probably the place to be. I know this isn't a real sort of hard-cut answer, because there isn't a hard, clear-cut answer on which platform is better than the other. The one that is best for you is the one that is best for your business. And so I hope that by listening to this has sort of given you a better understanding. And if you've got any questions to do with paid ads that you'd love to hear me answer in an upcoming episode, do feel free to reach out. This episode and all the others will be posted on my website, loucoz.com. I'd like to thank you for being here, and I look forward to speaking with you in the next episode.